Welcome to Fruits of Reeyada podcast celebrating the success stories of our alumni. Reeyada's pride lies in the accomplishments of its students, who are now thriving across the globe in diverse professions. Today, we are honored to introduce two of our distinguished alumni, Dr. Waleed and Dr. Wala, a general physician and a surgeon. Let's meet Dr. Waleed and Dr. Wala and hear about their inspiring journeys. Okay, welcome to Reeyada International School monthly podcast. Today, I'm extremely delighted to have our former students join us to share their perspective, their experience in Reeyada. So, Wala and Waleed, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, okay. My name is Dr. Wala. I studied here from grade 1 until graduation.
Yes, and I'm Waleed. I joined Reeyada almost 22 years ago. Until we graduated, I am now working in the medical field, working towards being a neurosurgeon, inshallah, in the next few years.
Okay, Dr. Wala, Dr. Waleed, their brother and sister. So they had almost 6 siblings used to be in Reeyada.
Yes.
Dr. Awad, he's our former parent, an amazing parent. He's been missed. And actually, we were looking to hear from him, his perspective towards his children's education. So let me ask you about Dr. Wala. So your journey towards becoming a surgeon, what do you think Reeyada education or teachers played any role in your career?
Yes. I think the teachers and Reeyada played the biggest role in my career. I think the first years of life, especially in school times, from being a child, 6 years old, 5 years old, until I think I graduated when I was 18, 19 years old. I think these are the most important years in life. And I think teachers and the school itself had such a huge impact on me to make me who I am today. If it wasn't for the school, I don't think I would be the same person I am today. It taught me so many things, different aspects of life, how to treat people, how to work with people, how to study, of course, how to aim for higher, and just try to be the best I could, which is why I was able to work really hard and get into medical school and become a surgeon.
That's very nice. Now, I know in Sudan, it's very difficult to get enrollment in best universities. And Sudan requires IGCSE, and it's one sitting, 7 subjects those days.
Yes.
So how do you think Reeyada was the first international school providing IGCSE, helped you towards preparing you for university and your career to become a doctor?
I think doing my O-levels instead of doing SATs or the regular Saudi curriculum has shaped me in a way where I think my brain works more in the realm of problem solving instead of trying to memorize, which is very important in medicine. Yes, there's a lot of memorizing that you need to do, but it would be better if you could figure out a way to do things easier. So I think my O-levels, which was evident to me when I went to Sudan, and I see people with all different types of high school degrees, and I would usually say the IG students were always the top of the class.
That's true.
And Reeyada in itself, I think, was one of the pioneers in Hassan, which wasn't very popular at the time. So I'm very thankful for Reeyada for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, Dr. Wala, this is a very sensitive question. Being a surgeon, it's like everybody gets kind of nervous and all this kind of thing. Being a surgeon is a highly delicate and sensitive profession. It requires a lot of medical expertise and also emotional strength and resilience to perform surgeries day to day. So what's your perspective on this? How do you manage the pressure and responsibility that comes with that?
Very good question. Obviously, I think being a doctor is difficult enough, but being a surgeon in itself could be a little bit more complicated. I would say I had to deal with pressure in a certain way, and I had to learn how to deal with it because back in school times, I think our curriculum wasn't, I wouldn't say difficult, but it was challenging. So I had to learn how to deal with pressure from a young age. So I think that led me towards being able to cope with the pressure of surgery and the complicated nature of surgeries in itself and how to deal with patients. So I think, I think that's what happens.
Also to add to that, sorry.
Go ahead.
But surgery is very rewarding.
Yes.
There is instant gratification when you do surgery. It's known as a high risk, high reward field in medicine. So you in surgery, you're usually under a lot of stress. It's never ending. It never stops. You're on call 24/7. But it's very rewarding when you see a patient who can walk again, or when you see something that patient was wrong with them and you fix that for them, and you instantly see it. But it's very rewarding. It's one of the better fields to be in.
This is how I feel about Reeyada. This is how I feel about education. I believe that it's one of the most difficult profession, and yet it's most rewarding.
That's true.
If you make, you change lives, you make, any children, if you change their lives and everything, it's very rewarding and providing. When you hear the students are enrolled around the globe, the universities all over the world, it really gives you joy and pride. So let me ask you, Dr. Wali, I know some of you are in contact with your former classmates and everything.
Yeah.
So tell me one thing that when you all get together and talk about Reeyada, what one thing that everyone talks about? What do you miss about Al Reeyada? What they all miss about Reeyada?
We miss a lot of things.
Very good question.
We miss a lot of things, but actually, I feel like in Reeyada gave us the room, we can have social relationships within the school. So the schedule was tight, and we had a lot of classes and everything, but it gave us a lot of sports week, for example. It gave us I remember also the World Math Day. Those were days that were very special for us as friends, and we get together, play football or sometimes do some not very good things. But it was also the good moments, the core memories that we have together, and we discuss often.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you all get together, and what do you miss? What you and your classmates miss about Al Reeyada?
I think we just missed how simple life used to be. We just sit, talk, have fun, attend classes, talk with our teachers. I think school was just a really positive vibe. I don't remember it being negative in any way. So any memory that I had from school is always nice and lighthearted. So just us sitting together as friends, talking, having so much fun on a daily basis for, I would say, 11 years. 11 years, yeah. So it's just nice. We always get together, we sit, we talk, we have so much fun, we laugh so much. And we remember our teachers, of course, and all the things that happened. Sometimes.
So tell me one teacher that always comes in your mind.
One teacher?
One teacher that always stuck with you.
Honestly, I have so many. One teacher?
One teacher that always stuck with you.
Honestly, I have so many teachers, let's be honest, because thank God, thankfully, my experience with teachers, it's genuinely just been the best. I hear so many people talking about different schools and how their teachers weren't, but mine, alhamdulillah, it was always amazing. I would say Mr. Rexer, of course.
Mr. Rexer, those days were teaching the computer.
Yes.
ICT.
Oh, he doesn't teach? Okay. Mr. Rexer used to teach us, I think, for maybe 5-6 years. Mr. J. Kumar as well. Teacher Sindhu, Teacher Bindu.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You said the one. I don't have any.
I said them all.
Which teacher did you?
I'm not gonna say Alexa because he's here. I will mention you. You were a very bright. Honestly.
No, genuinely, that's very true.
You were like my second mother to me.
That's true. For all our siblings.
For all our siblings, we all associate you with heart.
And also your family, Dr. Awad, really, he's been working in National Guard for so many years. 30 years, and he was one of the best parents. And I was really calling him to get on the podcast, but I didn't realize that he went to Australia when Noor came for podcast only.
Yeah.
So please, I wish I can have him one time. So, so as I said, so you remember those. Yes. Okay, give me one funny moment about Reeyada.
One funny moment.
With classmates, yeah.
With our classmates. I remember there was this one time where we, it's not the best memory, but it's still funny to me, where we had, I think we had an accounting lesson. And
who was the teacher?
Mr. Albert.
Who?
Mr. Albert.
Albert.
Yeah, Mr. Albert.
He's still here.
He's still here?
Yes.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
We had Mr. Albert as a teacher, and I remember one time, one of my friends, I will not say her name, but she decided to sleep throughout the lesson, and every time he would come wake her up, she would still go back to sleep. Mr. Albert was very nice. He wasn't the type to kick someone out or something, but yeah, it was just really funny just trying to see her just staying up all the time. It was, yeah, we laugh about that all the time.
So, okay. So, Al-Riyada, because I know in Sudan, everything is about IGCSE.
Yeah.
British curriculum is in every university.
Yeah.
So, how this IGCSE, that you performed here, you had any problem getting admission? It was easy to get the admission in university because of IGCSE? Because I know in Sudan, you have to sit one seating 7 subjects. It's very difficult, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they give much limited seating in the last few years. It used to be better, but nowadays all the top schools, they would usually have like per year maybe 7 to 8 seats, IGs, and people from all over the world actually would compete for those 8 seats. So these people, but it's gotten a bit harder, but I'd say once you get in, it makes it much easier to work throughout that.
I think just to add to what you were saying, there was a huge difference. You said that before, but there was a huge difference between people who studied IGCSE and people who didn't. When I went to school, I think the transition was very smooth because of what we studied in school. Especially the first year of uni in medicine, there was many things that we studied in 11th grade and 10th grade that we studied in uni the first year, and it wasn't surprising or difficult for us because we already...
The students mentioned this to me, that having an IGCSE A level makes them easy.
Yeah, to transition smoothly, because there's many things that you study in the first year of uni that other students find very difficult, very surprising, very new. But for us, the transition was very smooth because we had already studied this before. And I think that was where IGCSE played a huge role. And obviously, Reeyada prepared us really well for the 7 seats per 7 exams per 1 sitting. So I think it was challenging, but it was doable because eventually we prepared really well. We were prepared really well.
You know, we are celebrating 25 years of Al-Riyada. This year is 25 years of Al-Riyada. So you were part of our first part of 25 years. And so how would you describe Al-Riyada? Like, how would you, if you want to, what advice would you give it to other students about coming, if they're looking for school?
To be honest, I think I spent, I would say, the majority of my life here. Since grade 1, I was 6 years old. Now I'm 25 years old. So that's many years. I would say, as I said before, I don't have a single negative memory about the school. Obviously, there were times where it was difficult, school, eventually being a child, but it wasn't negative at all. I always felt like I was in between my family, whether it was my friends, whether it was my classmates, whether it was my teachers, specifically teachers. They give you such a good base and infrastructure in a way that you don't get bored, you don't feel like it's too much, you don't feel negative about the school. Some days, obviously, I don't want to come, but most days I feel delighted to be here, I feel happy in the morning to wake up, to come to see my friends, to see the teachers. It was always such a very positive vibe. So for anyone looking to join a school, I would recommend Reeyada as my first choice. And it happens. Many different mothers and fathers, they ask us, how was your experience here? I would always say, you just go. You don't have to think about it too much. Just see the vibe, see how everybody are, see the teachers. Immediately, you'll know this is your place.
So anything you want to say?
I just want to say it's much better than another, and this is a very good school. It's the best. Actually, realistically speaking, I think Reeyada is the best school, regardless of IGs or not, in the whole city. I think it's not a mistake to come here. Your kids will have the perfect education. They will have a sculpted personality, which is something more than curriculum and studies and that. They will have a full-fledged personality, and they will know how to think for themselves, how they can handle sticky situations and things like that.
Okay, describe Reeyada with one word.
One word, I would say family.
One word.
I would say home.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Wala and Dr. Wali, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. We hope to see you soon, and thank you very much for joining Reeyada International Podcast.